Islam is not just a belief, but a way of life. Unlike communism, it does not carry the seeds of its own demise. Interfaith dialogue is essential for building bridges of understanding and dismantling misconceptions about Islam. The Quran calls for mutual understanding and cooperation among nations, not conflict. Throughout history, the interaction between Islamic and Western civilizations has been fundamental to progress. Muslims translated and enriched Greek sciences, which later contributed to Europe's advancement. However, globalization seeks to impose a unified perspective, particularly on religious matters, raising concerns about interference in the religious identity of societies. A society's relationship with religion cannot be dictated by laws, but is shaped by personal convictions. Rejecting dominance does not mean rejecting others. Rather, we advocate for a balanced dialogue that respects cultural and religious identities. Dialogue remains the most effective means of fostering understanding, correcting misconceptions, and building a shared future based on respect and cooperation.
We are well aware of those who seek to ignite the flames of discord and propagate the notion that Islam has become the primary threat to the West after the decline of communism. They ignore the fact that Islam is a religion and a way of life, not a man-made ideology like communism, which was an artificial construct carrying within it the seeds of its own demise. They overlook the greatest lesson of history, that the interaction between cultures is an exchange that enriches, elevates, and fosters vitality and prosperity. Dialogue among religious leaders, Jews, Christians, and Muslims, is a crucial necessity for establishing a fundamental and solid foundation for building bridges of genuine understanding between religions. Such dialogue will dismantle misleading and hostile misconceptions about Islam, its civilization, and its teachings. There is no alternative to dialogue if we wish for this world to live in peace, as the alternative is conflict, strife, and wars. The Holy Quran has made it clear that differences between nations and peoples are an undeniable reality that should not be a cause for discord and division. Instead, they should serve as a basis for mutual understanding, harmony, and cooperation. See verse 13 of Surah Al-Hujurat. Islam has also invited the followers of other divine religions to engage in dialogue and to agree on common principles. See verse 64 of Surah Al-Imran. Dr. Mahmoud Zakzouk states, "There has been a silent dialogue, if we may use the term, between Islamic and Western civilizations for many centuries. Muslims translated the sciences of the Greeks and others into Arabic, built upon them, and made groundbreaking contributions in various fields. Similarly, Europeans translated Muslim scientific works, benefited from them, and built their own civilization after adding to and innovating upon them. This has led to the remarkable achievements we see today. We too benefit from this modern civilization, regardless of some of its accompanying negative aspects. Thus, there exist shared civilizational roots that form a significant dimension in any dialogue between Islamic and Western civilizations. Looking towards the future requires complete liberation from the burdens of the past. It also necessitates self-motivation to strengthen our willpower and confidence so that we do not forget the immense contributions our civilization has made to humanity. Among the negative aspects of globalization, which seeks to erase particularities and enforce dominance, superficiality, and uniformity under the guise of universality or globalization, is the issue of religious freedom. The American Report on Religious Freedom, as defined by its legal framework, rather than the broader societal consensus within communities, is a key aspect of the underlying conflict. This approach involves the global promotion and imposition of a purely American perspective on religion upon the rest of the world. This, in turn, raises the complex issue of the relationship between the sacred and the human-made secular sphere. In societies that adhere to divine religions, Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, it is inconceivable to compromise the sanctity of these revealed faiths in favor of human innovations or to create space for non-revealed rituals or deviations in religious practice under any pretext. Such tendencies have dire consequences in societies that hold firmly to their faith. American policy seeks to shape the stance of other societies towards religion in a manner similar to what has occurred in American society itself. The attempt to standardize social behavior worldwide with regard to religion appears to be a futile endeavor, akin to Don Quixote's battle against windmills. The relationship between any society and its religion is not dictated by decrees or external pressures, but is shaped by inner convictions and heartfelt beliefs. However, the American legal framework grants itself the right to intervene in the internal affairs of other nations without exception. Our rejection of this type of hegemony does not mean that we reject the other. A nation's cultural stance toward others should neither be one of complete assimilation and dissolution, nor one of total severance and denial. Instead, it must be a stance of dialogue, understanding, and a relationship based on tolerance, neither exaggeration nor trivialization. Indeed, it is the process of exchange and interaction with others that enriches the self and opens up new horizons. Isolation and an inward focus on a closed-off national culture limit progress. To build bridges of understanding with others, it is essential to move beyond past conflicts, however disguised they may be, and focus on shaping the future with complete honesty. This requires removing obstacles that cause misunderstandings, correcting misconceptions, and eliminating old grievances to establish mutual trust, shared understanding, and reciprocal respect. Through dialogue and a firm commitment to it, extraordinary achievements can be realized, and misunderstandings between different sides can be corrected across all domains. Mutual respect for each party's cultural and religious particularities is fundamental. This entails the complete avoidance of any sense of superiority that seeks to impose specific worldviews on others. Dialogue between cultures and civilizations, dialogue between religions, and coexistence between individuals, communities, nations, institutions, and organizations are the most effective means of achieving balance in human life. This is a principle that resonates with all of humanity, despite their diverse cultures, civilizations, and beliefs.